And so next up, we have Teresa. Teresa Hyde Murray has been a certified yoga teacher 200 for 10 years. She teaches from my heart and enjoys yoga because it is fun and healing for her. Teresa shares her knowledge of alignment and movement with her students. She completed her teaching training in 2010 from Pure Yoga in Chicago. Teresa's experience and trainings include Vinyasa Flow, Hatha, Aishin's energy-based yoga, restorative yin yang, prenatal, kids yoga, preschool to middle school, and beginners. Teresa has just completed an energetics, pranayama, and Ayurveda module at Prairie Yoga toward her certified yoga teacher 500. She is currently studying the philosophy module. So here's Teresa.
Hello, good to see you all. Um, Following on what Jay said, a lot of times we are finding that the body, the mind, the spirit are intertwined. Um, and I hope you all can see me. Can you guys see me? Yep, okay. So what is good for one person might feel different to someone else. So I'll remind you that a yoga practice is a practice. A practice means you do it over and over to perfect it or to find some nuance or something new about it. And it's a practice that you take responsibility for your own body. So when you do the practice, keep that in mind. And there's all different types of yoga. I think my bio mentioned a few of them. And today I'm going to do a little bit of Aishins, which is energy-based yoga to help you feel grounded, but also to elevate the energy to your heart. But that might not be the way you experience it. So let it be however it is for you. I often set an intention for class or my practice. So you might want to set an intention for your practice today. I'm going to use a dining chair today. In class, we would use a yogic folding chair that doesn't have a back so you could step through it if you get to that point. Also, if you've been sitting for a while and you want to just stand up and do some of the movements, you can do that. And at one point, I have you come out of the chair. You don't have to, just follow your body. You're responsible for your own body. Do what you like to do with that. And I'll begin. Make sure you have room to move your arms if you can. Can you all still see me? Yeah, I see a thumbs up. Good. Okay, so I'm going to start just moving however I feel like I want to move. The body sometimes just knows, and the mind can just go with it. And it's a healing practice when I practice it. Again, I'm setting my intention for my heart. But you are setting your intention, and your practice is what you are going to make of it. And as I start with my physical body. If you think of layers of an onion, it's the outside layer. And so now I'm moving myself down my chair so that I can feel my sit bones and then move my feet out forward so that I can feel my feet. Might even rock my feet or tap my feet, dropping the heels, lifting and dropping as long as your heels are feeling comfortable to do that. May make you feel grounded, dangling your arms, swinging the arms. Sometimes feels good. Sometimes just letting them go feels good. Just make sure you're not banging yourself or anything. And then I'm going to start with my movement of my spine. My spine is where I feel most of my gripping. That I want to release. Yours might be in your shoulders. We're going to do shoulders and legs as well. But starting with the spine, I'm going to take my hands on my thighs so that I can press on my thighs and lean forward to my knees. Bring my shoulders back and lift my heart. And then slide back up, really lengthening through the spine. And then if that feels good, go ahead and do it again. Leaning forward. And then sitting upright. And maybe one more time. You might even feel your feet a little pressed into the floor. And then feel that lift of the heart as you sit up. Now I'm going to do what's called more of a cat-cow. I'm going to take my hands, palms down, fingers in at first, elbows out. And I'm going to round my back up. And then I'm going to switch my fingers out and lift my spine up, shoulders down. And then again, rounding the back, fingers in. And then inhale, lifting fingers up. And you might notice that broadens the shoulders or it pulls you in like a little ball. When you exhale, navel goes in. As you inhale, heart lifts. Maybe two more of those. Noticing the movement. That's your second layer. And then when you're ready, maybe check in. Take a hand to the heart, a hand to the abdomen. Usually I take my right hand, so I'm mirroring you. And I'm feeling the energy from my core all the way up to my heart. I might rock my pelvis a little bit, feel those sit bones, feel nice and grounded. And just checking in. Feel that heart, feel that breath. Notice if any emotions are arising. Notice if you feel like you want to move instead of stay still. You can do that too. You're drawn side to side or back and forth. Whatever feeds your intention. And then release your hands. You'll probably still feel their impression on your body. Just maybe notice that. And then decide when you're ready to start to move the arms. Flowing them up and down. I was working with a teacher yesterday that was using the metaphor of a bird. And I keep hearing the birds. I'm lifting my palms up as I go up and then down as I go down. And you feel almost like a bird ready for flight. So if you feel like flying, bring your heels back a little closer to the chair. Lean forward a little, and one of your inhales, maybe lift up off your chair and lower down slowly. It's like a trust issue. Are you going to make it back to the chair? You don't have to come up, but you can if you like. It kind of feels a little empowering, a little bit of courage up to the heart. And you might even take one all the way up and touch hands to the other. Draw shoulders down, and then coming down when you're ready. Shake it out. Draw the shoulders up, back, and down. If it felt good to stand, you want to do it again, go ahead. Feel the breath. Maybe exhale out the mouth. Sometimes that feels really releasing. Make sure you go the other way. You might even round the back into that kind of cat pose, drawing in. Sometimes we have to draw in for a little bit so that then we can reach out. And then if you're ready for more of a side stretch, I'm going to take Well, you'll take your left hand to your thigh, your right hand up and over, leaning over to the side, maybe gazing up at the hand, bringing that left shoulder forward a little. Take a breath or two, squeezing the inner thighs toward one another, really strong through the feet. Move them out a little if they feel like they're too far tucked in. And then reach through that arm, breathing through that outer rib cage. And then exhale the hand down when you're ready. And then opposite hand on the thigh, reaching up with the other hand, drawing that shoulder down and the other shoulder down the back. Arcing over, maybe gazing up at the hand, maybe a little twist of the torso toward that extended arm. Think of your intention here. Mine is drawing energy up to the heart, so I'm sitting my sit bones more even, really feeling that lift through the spine. Feeling the breath circulate. And then exhale, bring it down, and then just take a moment to check in. Maybe your fingers are a little cold because your hands are up for a while. Maybe you're feeling that grounded feeling in your legs and your sitting bones. Maybe your shoulders are a little more relaxed. You might feel like you're sitting up taller. Just check in. And then once you've checked in, you might decide that it's a good time for a twist. I'm going to sit back just a little bit to keep my spine long. The key to a twist is a long spine. I'm going to reach up my hands. This time I'm bringing my left hand, I'm mirroring you again, to the outer thigh, and I'm squeezing the legs toward each other. And then exhale my hand around. I might grab the chair on the inside or the outside. Keep the shoulders broad. Then I might bring my head around and then my eyes around. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, twisting. Really keep that spine long. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, twist. And then inhale, both the arms up. Give it a little shake, a little wiggle, whatever you feel like doing. And then maybe the bird lands to the other side. Again, a little squeeze through the thighs. You're not actually touching the knees together, just firming up your base, lengthening through the crown of the head, lifting and extending the heart, shining the light in your heart. Maybe turning your head on an exhale. Maybe adjusting your hand, keeping both shoulders broad. Take the eyes, might exhale a little further into the twist. When you're ready, releasing the hands, reaching the arms up, shaking them down, and relaxing. So this next one is more for the legs, and it's a forward fold. We did a little bit of heart opening and lengthening through the spine. So scoot down with your chair if you can. If you have free space in front of your chair, that's good. I tend to take my, I'll be taking 1 foot steady. So I'm going to start with your right leg long and your left foot with the ankle forward of the knee. Now I'm extending through the heel of what would be your right leg, and I'm going to grab the chair. Then I'm lifting up my heart and I'm sliding forward into a forward fold. You'll feel this along the back of your leg, especially if you're tight. You'll feel long through the spine. Gaze down at your toes and bring the shoulder blades down toward the waist. You can decide how far to go. If you feel unsteady, bring the hands back to that left leg or your left leg. And then draw the belly to the spine. Bring the energy up toward your heart. Maybe float your hands up if that feels good. And then take hands to the knee or bring yourself up with your core. And then replace the straight leg bent. So you have both knees bent again. Did anyone feel the core there a little bit? Anyone feel the back of the legs? Check in, see if one leg feels different than the other. You bring them out both long. Does one feel longer? Go ahead and do that. Bring both legs out. Do they feel different? Just notice, check in. And then I'm deciding to do the other side. So I'm going to bend my right leg, extend my left. I'm nearing you. Again, grabbing the front of the chair, leaning forward, long spine, gaze toward the nose, extending through the crown of the head, shoulder blades going down toward the waist. Breathing again. If you want to exhale out the mouth, that's fine. Usually in yoga, we do it just through the nose, but sometimes it just feels so good to And then if you want to float the arms out, use the core a little bit here to come up, you can. If that doesn't feel good, hands on the thigh to come up. And then bring that foot back. And then bring both legs long again. Notice if they feel rejuvenated. Do they feel nourished? Bend the knees, slide yourself back on your chair. See if you're feeling more sitting upright. And then this one might be fun. It makes me feel like a kid. Bring your feet straight up and wiggle them. Then roll the ankles, roll the wrists. You can do this at work too. Just push your chair back. If you can lock your wheels, if you're in a roll around chair, that would be preferable, I think. Otherwise, you might be going sliding everywhere. And then take the feet back down and lift back up to seated. We'll do one last thing. So bringing your hands back to your heart and your abdomen. Check again how that feels. And then lower the head toward the left side, exhaling. And then inhale, and then to the other side. Inhaling back up. Remember, if this doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. And if that feels good, you can keep doing that. You want to go a little bit further with the head. Take the fingers right behind the skull. See here down low. My thumbs are pointing down, and I press slightly against the hands, extend through the elbows, and lift the head just slightly. Full breaths here, maybe exhale out the mouth. And then hands back to heart, back to the belly. When you're ready. Feel that long spine, that lifted heart. Again, dropping the head to the left and right, exhaling down, inhaling up. You want to drop it forward a little, that's fine. If you want to extend your heart and reach your arms out or whatever you feel like you need to do, go ahead until you're seated calmly. Taking 3 conscious breaths. And then drawing your hands together. When you're ready, bring the thumbs to your heart and bring the fingers out away from you. The thumbs represent you. Your hands show that you are connected to everything else in the universe with your fingers. It might resonate with you. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Within each of us is the seed of divinity. Each soul is divine. I bow to us and the divinity in each one of us. Namaste.
Well, thank you, Teresa. I think I might entertain just one question or comment. It's a little behind our schedule. So, is anyone has questions or comments? You can unmute yourself or raise your hand. Thank you, Teresa. I mean, my stiff body is so loose now. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And maybe you can individually clap hands or snap your fingers, give our, best to Teresa. Thank you so much.